YouTube? What's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here is about the Las Vegas shooter. A lot of us heard a lot of stories about this, and I'm pretty much waiting till the rest of the details, the info come out about this story before I come in on it. That's why I'm not too quick to jump on the first thing smoking, if you will, because you know it can be a huge distraction, and also the stories twist so much, as in just like the case of Kenneka Jenkins, where you have so many different parallels to the story that you don't know which one to really believe first. So I'm just sitting back, basically waiting till more of the info of this story develops before I give my input. But from what I hear so far is that this man was a lone gunman, and police believe there were more people involved, which they haven't had proof of that yet. But the thing that a guy, 64 years old, would go into a casino and shoot that joker up is very ironic and crazy to me. But I'm gonna read this little snippet from the story, and I will give my opinion as we go. It says the gunman, hold on. The gunman who massacred at least 50 people at a Las Vegas concert has been identified as 64-year-old Stephen Paddock. Paddock killed himself before officers reached him on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, where police said he opened fire on the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival across the street. Now, I don't understand why in all these shootings that these people always end up killing themselves before they can, authorities can get them and bring them to justice, or we can hear the reason why they're doing this. I would love just to hear one damn shooter give one reason why they decide to go shoot up a damn casino, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was more than him, because I don't see how a drunk fool, 64 years old, because you see the picture they got on him doing this right here, like he's old boy off the eating channel, eating every time he eats something, he go like this. I don't understand why all these people end up dead before the police even arrive to question them or see what their motives was. I do not understand that. That's a red flag to me right there also, because one thing I have learned, question everything that you hear and see. Don't believe nothing, question everything. America is reeling from the worst mass shooting in its history after at least 50 people were killed and more than 406 wounded at a country music festival in Las Vegas on Sunday night. The shooting broke out on the final night of the three-day Route 91 Harvest Festival, a sold-out event attended by 22,000 and featuring top acts such as Eric Church, Sam Hunt Church, and Jason Aldean. Police say the shooter was 64-year-old Stephen Craig Paddock, a resident of nearby Mesquite, Nevada, who opened fire on the festival taking place at a Las Vegas village from a room across the street in the Mandalay Bay Hotel at 10:08 p.m. Well, he's a good shot then, ain't he? Clark County Sheriff Joseph Lombardo said that his officers breached Paddock's room on the 32nd floor and found Paddock dead inside among an arsenal of 10 firearms. Lombardo said that Paddock shot himself dead. Investigators are now raiding Paddock's home in a retirement community in Mesquite, which he shared with a woman named Marilou Danley. Danley was initially called a person of interest in the shooting, but police no longer believe she was involved after contacting her early Monday morning and finding out she was out of the country. Go figure. Police said it appears Paddock used her ID when he checked into his hotel on September the 28th. But don't they look at your ID personally and look up and see if it's you? I don't understand that right there. I don't understand that one bit. And don't these casinos have all kinds of surveillance cameras? Don't they have all kinds of metal detectors and stuff like that to keep you from doing such things like this? And how can you come in there unless you come in there with tote bags if you had assault rifles or AK-47s, you got to have some kind of army bag, some kind of gear bag or something. Wouldn't that look suspicious? If you're not one of the guys taking out the money with Brinks or somebody like that, that looked very suspicious right there. Lombardo said investigations are still ongoing and police have not yet determined a motive, which they probably never will. He was not believed to be connected to any militant group, Lombardo said. So he's basically a lone wolf. Now we got lone wolves, what they call them in America, acting up on their own. These what quote-unquote secret terrorist cells, what they call them, and we supposed to believe this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. That's why I really don't like commenting on videos like this, because it really drives at the heart to where they want to really what they really want to do is take away guns off the streets. They want to leave you with pea shooters while they got assault rifles and tanks and every damn thing else. That's what this shit is all about. And DL Hughley, what he said on TMZ, I'm gonna get on him in a second about that right there. 'Cause that was very stupid and asinine what he said, since he tries to be so politically correct every time about every damn thing else. Like he just the voice of the people now. We have no idea what his belief system was, they added. President Donald Trump paid his respects on Monday morning after the shooting, writing on Twitter like he write everything else on Twitter, "My warmest condolences and sympathies to the victims and families of the terrible Las Vegas shooting. God bless you." That's all you can put on there? You can't say nothing else? You can't say nothing else? I mean, damn. I mean, shit, my dog Harper can write that damn statement out. They say hundreds of rounds of automatic gunfire were reported by witnesses on the scene. One woman in the Mandalay Bay said that there was a shooter on the 32nd floor and that they had killed a security guard. The shooter had allegedly killed a security guard. And then when the woman, Mary Lou Danley, come back, she was investigated by the FBI agents, which was yesterday, trying to discover the motive to what Stephen Paddock was trying to do. And who they said they spent a couple the FBI said basically that he spent a couple decades acquiring these weapons, which I don't understand how long, people in Chicago get weapons every day. So if they can get weapons every day, every week, why would it take this man a couple decades to get weapons? You don't think I do just go to Chicago? I mean, if you got some little street kids, and that's the truth, let's keep it real now. We got to think logical. If you have little street kids can get weapons, go turn on some of them videos, these guns they be pulling. They got a gun challenge now. Everybody walking by pulling guns on each other, and each person pulling out a gun back. So why would it take that long? And these just ain't 40s, 9mm or Glocks, no, the AK-47s, M16s, Uzis, all that. So why would he spend decades trying to acquire weapons when he can go right up to Chicago and they basically just every damn well? Do that make any sense to y'all? Let me know right there. And then they just basically question this woman who looks like a Filipino type woman or whatever. But I don't understand this right here where it says that the guy left 59 dead. But if you look at it on another page, they said he left 50 people dead. And then they say he wounded 406. But it says right here 500 were wounded. So how do we get a 94 count increase? And also, how do we get 9 more extra people dead? I don't understand that right there. Maybe you all can let me know something right there. And they want to talk about this is America's worst ever mass shooting ever. See, what they want to do is basically have a gun sweep all across this country, because we are the only nation that's left. Basically have guns all across from one border to the next, So if anybody was to think about ever doing something to America, you're going to have hell to pay, because everybody is strapped over here. You know what I'm saying? Just like them kids in Chicago, them people in Chicago, or whatever else, everybody got strapped. So it ain't just you coming just to take over people and you just going to come in with a gun. No, you're going to have some resistance. Resistance. Remember that word. You will hear it a lot in the upcoming years. Resistance. That's what is afraid of. See, before you can do these, whatever you want to do with the people, you have to first do it systematically, which means you have to all right, we're going to do it this way so you understand. Okay, first you create the problem. You know what I'm saying? Then you come with the reaction. Their reaction. They reacting to the problem. Okay, then you come with a solution to fix the problem that you help create and that you help orchestrate, because all this is leading up to one big thing that we all need to ask ourselves. And some of you all might be like, what's that, Trey? Basically, they're going to make you wish and cry out, and gonna have people like DL Hughley in front of you, like he was on TMZ talking about what's the use of somebody needing a gun, high capacity round guns, because they want to have them. What's the use of somebody having a regular car, a Ford, just a Ford Focus, and then somebody having a Corvette? You know why? Because they want to drive faster. They want more power. What's the difference between somebody having a pair of cheap Walmart tennis shoes than some Michael Jordan, some Jordans? People want choice. People want the best. So for him to sit up here and say like guns, killing all these people, First of all, AIDS is killing way more people than guns. Cancer is killing the shit out of a lot of people every damn year, way more than guns. So I don't understand what it is about this, quote unquote, they caring about guns. It's not that they care about guns. It's the fact they want to sit up here and blow a lot of smoke up your ass and want you to believe everything they say. So they'll put people like D.L. Hewlett out there talking, you don't need assault rifles, you ain't gonna go hunting with all that. But they be having these guns all these years now. All of a sudden, you know, we have some catastrophes go on in this country, just like anywhere in the world. Because, you know, when people wake up, they might wake up on the wrong side of the bed. This country is filled with millions and millions of people. So you're going to have one loose cannon or a couple loose cannons out those millions and millions of people. Don't you think so? That's logically speaking right there. But don't let these people like D.L. Hewlett, these Steve Harvey people sit up here and convince you that you don't need guns. Yes, you do need guns. Because you know why? The guns is to protect you from an oppressive government. So when your government get ready to turn on you, that's why you have the guns. That's what Thomas Jefferson meant about these Second Amendment rights and all that else, you know, because who's to protect you if your government turn on you, you damn dummies? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to call you fools, the dummies. I'm talking to the people who really think that it's all about protection and believe everything that they see. That's dummies, you know what I'm saying? But to the people that's woke, they will see things totally different. You know, if you have people basically pushing this down your throat ever since the Columbine shooting back in '95, all the way up to all these other school shootings and stuff, well, they ain't showing basically no evidence. It's a lot of hidden stuff they ain't telling the people. But we supposed to believe this mess right here. You know, and that's why I don't like to comment on these videos. I'm not saying that he didn't do that. I'm not saying people didn't die. True, some people probably did die. But we have seen a lot of time where a lot of this stuff has been hoax. It has been crisis actors. We have seen all kinds of stuff showing us clearly what time it is. And it's basically they just trying to get guns, you know, get these guns up out of people so they can proceed with the next step. And the next step is, you know what that is. But they can't really do it because everybody has weapons. So they want to convince you to turn in your own guns. They want to convince you to say, we don't need these guns, when you really going to need those guns one day, you know. And you can kill a person with a fork. You can kill a person with a pencil. You can kill a person with a couple teaspoons of water, drown them. Did you know that? So why ain't they outlawing that? You know, don't be no fool and say that you don't need no weapons, because in this day and age, you know, the last thing that's going to protect the people against an oppressive tyrant system, government, is your weaponry. You know, you can say what you want to say, but that's totally thinking on a whole nother level. But you know, I hate those people lost their life, if that's really true, you know. But at the same time, we're living in a day and age where everything ain't always what it appears. And like I always say, remember 9/11. Everything ain't always what it appears. You know, a lot of this stuff is not what you think it is. And we all need to do some praying and some thinking and some meditating before we jump to conclusions. Because you have people so quick to jump to conclusions. And, you know, I just hope, you know, that you all will see basically that we all being set up, whether you're white, black, or whatever. You know, if you're not part of that 1%, we all being set up. So we can keep on fighting this racism. We can keep this hatred going on amongst each other. But it's going to come a time in the near future, mark my words, where we as Americans are going to have to stand together, whether you're black, white, rich, or poor. Trust me, because we have a bigger enemy on the horizon, and y'all don't even see it, and you can't really say it because you might become a target. But anyway, that's enough for now. Just hope everybody, you know, stay woke, keep your eyes open, but don't believe the hype. Don't believe everything you see. And I'm not saying that people didn't die, and if they did die, I'm truly sorry for that. But at the same time, we must protect ourselves. We must protect this house. You know, I mean, that's the only thing we can do. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. You like the video, hit that like button, subscribe. Till next time, stay blessed, keep your eyes open, stay vigilant. I'm out.